No problem. So welcome to Leinster LGFA Third Level College Scholarship Awards. As President, I would like to thank all students who applied for our scholarships, and I congratulate our 4 successful recipients. This is an award Leinster LGFA first initiated in 2005. They are centred on the applicant's involvement and contribution with the LGFA as a player, a coach, a referee, an administrator, or in the PR media. I would like to commend their sporting achievements and look forward to working with them as our ambassadors in 2021. This year, we are delighted to announce that we have increased our scholarship award from 500 to €1,000. I would like to introduce our successful recipients. Emma Meyler is from Lucan Sarsfields in Dublin, and she's currently studying communications at DCU. Emma promotes social media coverage of the LGFA at club, county, provincial and national levels. Her promotion of LGFA began on a transition year programme named Kick Like a Girl, and this programme gave massive coverage to our sport. Emma is a youth representative for Dublin from 2019 to date, and she is currently working on the National Healthy Club Conference. In 2019, Emma joined us at our Leinster LGFA Captain's Day, and she covered us on our social media platforms. Emma represented the LGFA at All Ireland Final Day in 2017 and 18 through media coverage. She also was a member of the sports file. Oh God, sorry. Emma represented us on Ireland final days with sport file photography. She gave great coverage of our LGFA All Stars Awards. And with her college as PRO of DCU, Duchas Éireann, Emma covered the launch of the Higher Education Schools Championship in 2019. I would like to invite our PRO, Aisling Cleary, to ask a few questions to Emma.
Super, thanks Trina. First off, congratulations Emma, you must have been delighted to get that phone call last week.
Yeah, I was absolutely delighted, very happy.
What made you apply for the scholarship in the first place?
So it was actually Paul O'Brien out in DCU. They're all very good to me out there, and I'll propose any opportunities that come up. So this is one he gave, and I was a bit apprehensive, not being a player. He said, look, go for it. You're doing PRO. There's, and that's a point out in DCU they make is that like the GAA and the LGFA camogie goes beyond the pitch, and there's a lot more people involved. So he said, look, go for it. And I was a bit shocked to have received it, but very, very happy.
I suppose as a non-player, what has been your proudest moment in sport thus far?
Yeah, I've been very lucky to have a lot of very cool opportunities. But I suppose it all kind of culminated when I got out to DCU and joined the club. I got to see how things are run, be the PR out there, and I think I chose a very, very good year to join DCU. We were hosting the Sigerson and Fitzgibbon Cup, so it was all action. And then obviously we've 5 to 6, I think now, ladies football teams out there. So they were heading down to Kerry, and was very excited to head with them. But obviously that didn't happen. But again, the build up to that was very exciting. So I think DCU kind of solidified that, and very proud to have received the Communication and Marketing Award. The club did as part of our college's clubs and societies award show last year, so I was very proud as well.
You're a very busy woman. Listening to your accomplishments from Trina, how did Kick Like a Girl start? Where did it come from?
It all kind of started when myself and my friends were at the 2015-16 All Ireland final. And we were a bit disappointed. It was our first ladies All Ireland, and we were kind of like, oh, where is everybody? And after that, I think it just kind of struck a chord with us. A few of them have played. Again, I still wasn't playing, but just a big interest in it, and I suppose the that media side of it too. So after that, we were like, okay, this is it. We're going to make a change, make a difference, and it kind of snowballed from there, you know, to getting up to the All Stars and all, you know, very exciting stuff.
That must have been a very nervous occasion, because I do remember being sitting down watching you walking on heels on the stage.
Yeah,
It must have been a fantastic experience, though, was it?
Yeah, of course. Getting to see stand behind the curtain at the stage was so exciting. Everything about the whole event, and you know, you're surrounded by your role models and people you've looked up to, as well as people who one day you'd want to work beside. You know, standing on the stage at Martin Morrissey. Everything about it was very exciting. Yeah.
Very good. You're a youth representative, GAA youth representative. Can you tell us a little bit more about your work there?
Yeah, so I've been a youth rep the past couple of years now, and I suppose the main goal of that group, there's 30 odd of us from across Ireland. So our goals are to collect the, you know, the views and opinions of young people and bring them up to the necessary committees, whether that's club, county, provincial level, the whole way up to national level at Congress. So yeah, very exciting stuff, and always busy with that. But I suppose our main event is the youth forum at the end of the year. So that would have seen a couple of hundred people arrive at Croke Park to do workshops, have talks, but this year it didn't happen. So we replaced it with a webinar series and had some really big names speak to the youth through a podcast series, well-being, diversity and inclusion, player pathway, some really big topics by some really big names. And again, something new to be involved with and something very exciting to be involved with.
Absolutely. It's endless opportunities when we're looking at these webinars, really, isn't there? That I know the LGFA are running series of webinars every night of the week. There's something different, which is fantastic. I suppose getting an audience perhaps that may not have travelled to venues before, but will sit at home and do it in front of their computer screens. I suppose you've mentioned DCU a lot there. How has been studying at home? How have you been finding that?
I'm very lucky to have got my first year out there, you know, been on campus, and I know what's coming after when it eventually all comes down. So obviously a bit disappointing to not be around people, but I suppose DCU, the GAA club, the student union, they're all doing as much as they can to keep us linked through virtual events, through emails, just keeping in touch where possible. And I suppose that's made all the difference. And everyone does have that collective goal of, if we do this for however long it's needed, we will get out. And so it's fine, and we'll get through eventually.
Absolutely, I think so. Say all of us. We're only dying to get into a football pitch. You mentioned you touched role models earlier on. Who would you consider to be your sporting role models then?
Yeah, I don't have to look very far. I suppose with the Dublin ladies, they're very big sporting role models of mine. But in terms of the career that I'd like, which is in the media, in that kind of, you know, that realm, the likes of Ivana Quillan, Moira Trassa, that sort of thing. But closer to home would be Anya McParland. She's been the chair of the youth committee, or the youth reps the last few years now. And when I arrived in DCU, she pulled me up to her room and said, "How's it going?" And I was like, "It's stressful. I don't know what to be doing now." So she took me into the GAA club and really set me up there with Paul O'Brien and David Sweeney. And within a few weeks, I was out on the pitches, traveling to matches, and you know, just having that one person to take you under your wing makes such a difference. And a lot of the amazing things that I've got to do through Anya. So again, a really big role model for showing me that the Gaelic games go beyond the pitch.
To throw a curveball, you've been involved the last number of years from a PR point of view. What are the big changes that you've seen happen in the last couple of years?
I suppose the buy-in to it. When I started, you were kind of begging people to show a bit of an interest, but now the use of hashtags, the use of little to no ad even, and the excitement and anticipation around that, that's the difference. It's the interest, and you know, that's only come through the likes of Leinster LGFA pushing their different programs and that sort of grassroots level working upwards. And it's shown now when it comes to All Ireland Day, that buy into it. So that would be the big thing for me, is the interest shown. And I suppose as a communication student, I know that social media has facilitated that, and that's really pulled that along and made it possible.
Big time, big time. How far away do you think it is before we have a full house in Croke Park on All Ireland Ladies Final Day?
You know, I genuinely, and I mean this, I don't think it's too far away, and I think it's a lot less than people think. That the kind of the webinar series showing people what goes on behind the scenes, again, social media covering what goes on beyond the pitch, that's showing people that there's space for everybody on All Ireland Day. You know, my own sister, my cousins, her friends, they know ladies football player names now. The interest is there, so I don't think it's too far away, and I hope it's not.
Yeah, I'm just you mentioned Dublin ladies earlier on. I've seen things on Twitter. There was a girl from a secondary school in Longford who was asked to write a letter to her role model, and she wrote to Noelle Healy, which I'm sure the Longford girls weren't too happy about. But Noelle replied to her as a lady as she is, and sent her on a jersey, I think, as well. But it just goes to show that, you know, these are names, as you say, they're out there, you can see them. They're household names, you know, whereas they mightn't have been a couple of years ago. Congratulations. Go ahead, sorry, we're going.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when we started out back in 2015-16, we sent a letter into the ladies football team as a Kick Like a Girl, and they took us out to Abbottstown to say hi to us just for the day after the training session. And I think that's what's so special about the Gaelic games and the LGFA specifically, is that, you know, there's that relationship, that you know, that close contact that you mightn't get with professional sport, and it really does make it that bit more special.
And people are more likely, I suppose, to get involved then when they see how close knit, I suppose, everybody is. But it kind of is a cliche, but the LGFA is kind of like one big family, really, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
Which is fantastic. Emma, congratulations! It's a pleasure to be speaking to you this evening, and I'm delighted to hear you're winning a scholarship. And I'll pass back on to Trina.
Congratulations, Emma, and on behalf of Leinster LGFA, I commend all our students on their commitment and dedication to ladies football. I congratulate each of our recipients on their scholarship awards, and I wish them every success in both their sporting and academic careers. Well done.
Thanks so much.
No problem.